making when they first start, getting into real estate. And I just noticed actually that, you've been commenting live when we're on, and sometimes I don't see those. So, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to be in the Facebook group, just monitoring the live feed through this right now, so that if you comment, then I'll be able to get back to you. If you're not on the Facebook group, you guys, that's where you need to be. If you're watching this from the page or from YouTube, you need to come to joining the group. The URL is jacquelinesumo.com/join in group. Okay, just click right there. We're gonna, um, moderate that and add you right as soon as we're done here. Okay, so this has been an exciting series, and just also to mention, just to announce real quick, in the same group tomorrow is when we're going to have our grand finale, which is more of, we're going to be going through mistakes number 9 and 10, okay, as well as just giving you guys a roadmap to help you once and for all be done with this mistake, so that you can totally say you're on the right track. You can totally say that you did things the right way, and you didn't, you just didn't give mistakes a chance. Okay, so make sure that you join in. That's tomorrow. And I'm going to be putting the time on the comment here on the description of this live stream when we're done, so that you'll know when to check in. And hopefully, actually, what I'm going to do is also, I hope that I can also put like a live stream reminder that you can then be able to also, tune in for. Yeah, and I really look forward to all that. To just really being able to wind it all up with you guys. We've had a great, past week talking about the top 10 mistakes. But the thing is, what we can learn from it is just as good as, like, what we take away from it is just as good as what we do, in terms of, if we're not going to do anything about it, we're going to keep making the same mistakes. Okay. So, oh my goodness, I just noticed that, of course, my audio was a little bit removed from me, but, hopefully you guys could still hear me. Oh my, but that's fine, yeah. Now, let's get started with mistake number 8, which is not knowing when to pull the plug on a bad investment. Now, the thing is, I know when it comes to investment, when you put money into anything, we're always so, how do you call it? It's such an emotional thing, such a personal thing. It's like you don't want to let go of something even when you see that it's not working. The relationship that we have with our money and with our investments, it's very individual to everybody. But this is the same reason that a lot of people end up just not remembering, or not realizing that they need to let go of an investment when it's not working. And when is an investment not working? When it's not bringing you the return that you want, the cash return that you want. It could be that you've put this it was a home you owned, and you've put this investment up. Actually, let me also make sure that we're not having a limitation on the stream right now, because I might be connected on the wrong Wi-Fi network. Bear with me, guys. Oh, it does seem I'm connected on the wrong Wi-Fi network. Drat, but it's fine. I hope you guys can be able to still hear me fine. Apologies. So yes, not having the right, not really knowing when it's time to pull the plug, because throwing good money after bad money never ever helps the situation. It's really really important that when we're working on our investments, that we're fully aware and really know when are we pulling out, what is our exit clause, what will it look like for us to know that an investment is working and that it's not working. Yeah, sometimes you're just coasting along and you don't have that in mind. You haven't put any clear goals. You don't know what are the criteria you're going to use to know whether it's a good investment, and because of that, you just keep going. You just never end up pulling the plug on an investment that you should have pulled ages ago. And and then you keep throwing that perfectly good money after the bad money, and you end up losing much more. So it's important to know when to pull the plug, and sometimes just getting an outside you know um, insight on it is important. Someone that's objective, that can be able to give you that insight. And this is why it's also very important to be able to try out investments before you go all in. Do the rent to rent model for some time before you really decide, oh, you're all in, you're buying and everything. Because when you do the rent to rent model, then you're really able to see properly what it is that works for an investment, and if a certain area works. The thing is, most people who come to us who already own homes, I can really honestly tell you, if a home is located in an area that is probably 2 hours away from the city center and does not have any really major landmark around it, you're probably not going to get a good return through short-term rentals. Okay. However, there's some cases in which you can get a good return. It's just really knowing how to do the marketing, which is what we talked about yesterday. So if you didn't catch that, be sure to go back and catch that. But even when that is said and done, then you know how long do you want to keep at it? How long do you want to keep flogging this dead horse before you actually let it go, right? The just as I'm saying, the solution to all this is to not get into it before you fully 100% know that this is something that can pan out. And you do and how do you know, how can you know that this is something that can pan out? Is by doing the research, doing the analysis. You make money on your investments before you ever make them. You make money on your investments when you can see the math, when you can do the analysis and see it working on paper, even before it works in actual fact. Okay, so this is just a real quick one to let you guys know. Be ready. Be ready to just pull the plug on an investment if it's not working. Try to do it as unemotionally as possible. Just remember that not pulling the plug on this investment that has lost you so much could possibly be costing you, could possibly cost you another, of that amount that it's lost you already. Of course, another way to look at it is also to change how you're looking at it. Because if you're looking at this thing like it was supposed to give you a cash return, and then you finally decide that, okay, it's not going to give me a cash return, it's not going to pay for itself, but you know what, maybe it's going to accrue in equity, and so then when I sell it off, it's going to be able to pay for itself. Then you can you just change your mindset about that, and know that that's the goal you're working towards. And that's why it's really important that you know what you're working towards, you know what it is that will tell you if the investment is going well, and what will tell you that it's not going well. And if you change that criteria, so to speak, or that KPI, as I call it, key performance indicator, if you change it along the way, that's okay. Just know that, okay, pulling the plug in this case might mean pulling the plug on your dream for that investment and changing that dream, or it might be actually pulling the plug on the investment, selling it off, canceling your lease on it, stopping the building, whatever it is that means. Okay, so I hope that just listening to this also gave you some courage to finally look with really, really how do you call it, with a really objective lens at some of the investments you have gotten into that have not been working the way that you've always wanted, but you kind of just said, no, it's okay, it's going to come along, it's going to get there. And if they're not working the way you wanted to, then what is it that really needs to change? And as always, if you need more in-depth just understanding of what this can look like, if you'd like an objective viewpoint, then I invite you to reach out and book a call with me. Okay, just reach out and book a call, and let's get on a call, and I'll really outline to you really clearly. We're going to look at your situation. We're going to look at the investment you've made. I'm going to be honest with you and tell you, hey, that's a good one, or that's not such a great one. This is how you can turn it around. Or you know what? Why don't we change the way that you're looking at this, and really just be honest about it? I'm absolutely going to 100% tell you that, right? So the way to book that call would be just come right on. Actually, you can go to my website, which is jacquelinesumo.com/call, right? And that's when you're going to get the chance to be able to book something. Choose a time that works for you, and I'm going to call you at that time, and we're going to chat for about 45 minutes to an hour, and you'll get a full outline of, you just get, even if it's just to pick my brain and find out what is your investment really a viable one. I'm here, guys. I'm setting aside this time because this is my passion. This is what I really love to do, is to facilitate breakthroughs for people like me. I know how we ourselves struggle through this whole process as well. And I'd love to be able to help you not have to struggle through it. Okay. And I just remembered now, okay, my light is going and my light is fading fast. So